Happy International Quarantine Day in the 881 garage. I think we got something fun to quarantine with here.
Cut loose, snip, fuck a job, fuck it. I can be my own boss. On God, just cut my own check, make my own bread, taking from the pack, cause my rollie.
JC, do you want to explain what we got in the mail?
I don't know, what is
this
it?
Stuff?
eBay angle kit?
I don't think it's eBay though.
It's from our...
It's not what's the book cover, it's what's inside.
It's from our good friends at Weekend Racing. They're they
Okay, stop talking, let's see it.
Okay. It's actually his first time seeing it, but I already opened it, but it's good for the shock value. Yeah, keep those, I need those.
Oh yeah. Nice punching.
Imagine if one of the part was in there.
Tie rods. It's like some long boys. Okay. Okay, that's probably an adapter to fit the E46 rack. These are probably different style ones. But fuck man, that's awesome. Look how thick they are. It's gonna be strong.
Big boy.
Yeah, they look like the same thickness as the E90 ones, so should be wicked. I'm gonna lay this all out, make it look nice. Cut this part out, JC.
Okay. Where do you want to lay them? Where do you want to lay them?
We have to apologize.
Where do you want to lay
this? This is absolutely crazy. It's way too messy. I'm sorry. I'll make room. This is the part where you go like this. Now you can close it. Wicked. Look at these control arms. That's the ones you rewrap.
Yeah. Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh, look at that. Jeez.
Shit. Adjustable caster thingy, lollipop thingies. Lollipop things. On BMWs, that's how you get the caster. That's wicked, it's got a little ball joint on it. Fully adjustable control arm. On both sides. Wow.
Okay, you gotta understand, it's coming from an angle kit that works great, but it's
not ghetto. This is your budget way of doing things.
Yeah, and you going from a budget angle kit to like
a full-on, proper named
professional angle kit.
You gotta watch for these things, man. They'll go everywhere. I think it goes like. Oh. So we'll see the stock E46 arms. Middle to middle is 36 centimeters. And these bad boys, middle to middle, turning them 4 turns in on both sides just to assume that's safe, is 45.5.
So 9 centimeters?
So that's 9, yeah, safely 9 centimeters.
What's rack width? Oh, that's
on both sides.
That's a lot. Jesus.
Yeah,
open these. Is it these? These.
Yep.
Oh, eh?
That's the main knuckle adapter. So your knuckle bolts up to here. From what I understood, I gotta check again. So this changes your geometry completely. The obviously the tie rod pickup point is closer for closer ratio. Actually, I might be looking at this wrong. I don't even know. I have to check the diagrams again. Yeah, your knuckle goes on top, and then your control arm ties into here, and your tie rod ties into here. And this is like a cool adjustable. Look at that. That's so smart. You can adjust your bump stop just by turning this around. You have different.
Oh fuck that! I didn't know. That's pretty cool.
You have different levels. That's really smart. You don't have to keep trying to turn screws in there. Just.
Huh.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Looks like you can adjust this even more. Look at that. Oh man, there's so many adjustments. I gotta study this. Like I'm trying to present it, but I don't. Look, you can bring it even closer inside. I don't know. This is really cool. I don't see many of these designs. You can reuse all that. You don't have to start worrying about pressing in wheel bearings. You don't have to worry about sourcing anything, like removing your old ones or anything. Just slap your knuckle on this, install this in the car. And as far as we can see, there's a ton of adjustability that we have to learn ourselves. Like, so I'm super stoked. Yeah guys, the kit's looking perfect. Nothing's missing, everything looks beautiful. I think we're gonna get started on it this weekend. Tear out the old DIY kit and in with the new brand kit. So, should be a beautiful time. Yeah. Push, push.
Clean.
Clean. So today we're gonna be installing the weekend angle kit. As you can see, we got pretty crazy with the colors. Got green calipers, pink knuckles, and the blue kit. This is pretty neat kit. Like we get everything that we want to adjust. So you get these tops for the coilovers, and you can pretty much, like, this is like, can't really tell, but it looks like it's like 10 centimeters of adjustment. Like you have whatever you want, whatever for the camber. You get these adjustable caster pieces, so this goes on your frame, on your rail, and you can adjust the control arm to move in and out, which is gonna adjust your, it's gonna go like that. It's gonna adjust your caster, so that's pretty nice. This piece, that's pretty trick. This bolts up to your, see if I remember. Yeah, it bolts up to your knuckle. So you can retain your stock knuckle and you can keep your hub and everything. You don't have to start pressing it out or nothing. So this bolts up straight to it. And then your arms go down right here. So it changes the geometry completely. And you have your control arm going here and then your tie rod going here. So of course it's shorter to give you more angle and quicker steering, and it's also gonna be lower, so for lower cars it's gonna pretty much fix the whole geometry. And then you get this pretty cool bump stop. I don't think I've seen this before, but that's a smart thing to do, I'd say. Look at that. Yeah, so we'll get started on it. So we're gonna start by removing the old kit that we have here. It's made by a good buddy of mine. He's basically welded the lower control arm. This is E46 control arms, so they're steel and you can weld them. And it's pretty cool. I think it works really good. It's just, we got an offer for this kit right here and we couldn't deny that. It's just gonna be wicked. You can adjust everything with it, so I think that's gonna be a good fit for us. So we're gonna start on removing that, and the tools you'll need for that, pretty simple. BMW is not like 240, so you're gonna need 5 different sockets. Ranging from 16, 17, 18, 19, 21. And a couple Allen keys for the rotor and for the tops of the coilover.
Yeah.
What? I didn't put that small Allen. Okay, get this one out, this one, tie rod, and then we're gonna have to remove the coilovers, so I think we'll drop everything as one unit, if it's easy. To get these lower control arm bolts, it's a bit tricky, but if you have one of these long bars, just put it up here and try to bang on it. I need the hammer.
Just there, on the push.
My favorite tool. Tricky one.
That's the sound of victory.
Daddy. Now, tie rod and coilover. And I forgot to mention, but make sure you guys get your brake line off. Just 7/16 on this one. I think these are Chase Bay's hardline kit. It's pretty neat actually. They have this full kit you get with brake bias and everything. I kind of wanted to keep everything for in case something happens, if I hit a wall or something and I need everything in replacement, and I wanted to have a full set of front suspension with me at all times in the track, so it's not a bad idea to leave everything intact, and if you do fuck something up, you just have parts right there. So that big boy, need one of these big wrenches. Now just the coilover to knuckle. That's 18. Then everything as a one piece kit. I already got the other side down. So I guess we can get started on getting the coilover off, changing the tops from these ones, which are weird. I couldn't never understand the I see on Google this is like the HSD tops and they're off-centered. The coilover is just on the side, so I guess it's however you want to have it, like if you want more caster or something, because on Google I've seen them both. I've seen them on this side, and then if you get the one from that strut tower on here, it'll be facing this way. If you guys know, leave a comment, but I figured that if you put it this way, you're gonna get more caster, but the other ones are centered, so these ones are gonna be like OEM, right? So it's gonna be centered in the shock tower. I forgot to mention, there's another size that we need. What is it? We'll have to reshoot that piece with tools that we need. 13 mil.
Tool edition, 13 mil.
Alright. We gotta get this thing out because this thing spaces it like...
You're not even in the frame.
So since this thing brings it down like 1.5 inches, we're gonna have to get rid of this sway bar bracket, which we're not running a sway bar, so we could care less. That way we can bring the coilover at fucking dirt nasty low, and hopefully it'll be low enough. Drift cars don't really need to be low on the front anyways, but we'll see how it works out. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Always use lube. Yeah, ain't nobody got time for coilover wrenches.
Ah, oh.
Huh. We'll put the coilover on dirt nasty low, all the way down, and then lift it as necessary for clearance of wheels and all that bullshit. We put the suspension. You can either go full out, so this is how you're gonna adjust your camber. Well, you can also adjust your lower control arm for camber, but this is the easier way, right? You can adjust, you can put it within this area, or you can pull that full out least camber. Full out least camber, which is what we have here. So we're gonna compare the two and see what we like, and we'll fix one of them. Send her home. So you can see the difference now. So these basically enable you to bring it way past whatever factory lets you. And this one's... you can barely see it now. It's like sitting right here. Next up, we'll get the adapters on the knuckles. So when you get the two bolts on, the tie rod and the main control arm bolt on the knuckle, You can get your lower control arm with the adjustable lollipop bushing in, and I think we'll do the tie rod at the end. These control arms are so adjustable, but you gotta choose your track width. So I think it's safe to have 7 turns in on both ends, just for tread depth into the control arm. I don't want to get too greedy with this, so that is already like, I think we measured at like 10 centimeters over the stock E46 arms, which is insane. So we'll have it turned in, yeah, 7 turns on both sides. What is it? They say usually 4, right? 4 treads?
4 is Suncore's minimum.
Yeah, you want to get your lollipop bushing in first, because it has to slide in.
You kinda
Put it on because the control arm is going to slide into it, and then you're going to bolt it up to the subframe, and then to your adapter, which is to your knuckle, which is to your coilover. So this is where the control arm is going to go, and this is where the tie rod is going to go. Okay. So you're going to want to put some Loctite on it. We're not going to now because it's going to be coming out, I'd say at least another 3 times. So once you got your adapter and your tie rod connected, you can slide it into the rack. Nothing is permanent. We're gonna remove this so we can slide in the boot. A lot of people don't use it, but I think I'm gonna use it just in case. I'm gonna drive it on the street, so you don't want crap going into your rack. Boom boom bang bang. Just daga everything and send her home. Fuck, that's not 17. Let's see how it turns out. So look at this Romanian engineered method of keeping your steering wheel aligned. I'd say that ain't going nowhere. So you want to make sure your rack is aligned. You can measure the distance from the rack itself to the pinions that come out, and make sure it's both the same on both sides perfectly, and do that. Since we don't have an interior, we couldn't do it, but usually you just put your seat all the way forward and it's gonna hold the steering wheel in, but
see, you fucking scratched it.
we don't have none of that. So once you got your tie rod in, which took us a little bit, I slapped on my rotors to have an idea for how it's all aligned, and the other side we've done before. So you want to measure your tie rods and make sure they're both the same, and if you're smart, also align your steering wheel flat. But after
That's not too bad.
you've bolted your control arm, your lollipop bushing, your tie rod, your adapter to your knuckle, knuckle to coilover with the top camber plates bolted, you have it all in. You can kind of get an idea.
We took out some track width too, right?
Track width?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you gotta have the track width work with the tie rod. So we figured we'll take some out. It's still pretty wide. It's like 10 centimeter over whatever stock is. So you adjust your bump stops. On each side, you'll have them right there. I think I'm gonna add a bit of toe out though to this whole thing. Any last words?
Me?
Yeah, you. Give us a like, subscribe, thumbs up, and follow our shitty builds.
Oh, and
We'll catch you next time. Yeah, we've been just wrenching on everything and trying to get a lot of shit done, and sometimes we just don't have the means of filming at the same time because we're trying to just get things done one by one. So yeah, we will try to coordinate the filming and the building. Basically there's a few things left on this. Is just wires to the whole car pretty much. I wired the fuel pump and then yeah, wiring, and I don't think there's much more. Oh yeah, dual caliper setup. I got these things you just weld on. You can buy the ones you bolt on to work with the other calipers, or you can just weld these pieces onto the trailing arm and you can have another set of calipers. So that'll be pretty fun to do, I'd say. Yeah.
Anything else?
I think that's a wrap.
It's a wrap, boy.
Oh. 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 Holy shit. That's a sexy look, man.
Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up.
Fuck, no e-brake, nothing, huh?
No, I put the
chop.
I have a can behind the wheel.
Can?
Can, yeah.
A bit higher?
Where's it hitting on? Shouldn't be hitting anything right now.
The ground.
Oh, the ground again?
Yeah. That's it. That's good. That's good.
It's good. Okay.
Let's adjust now.
Soak up the rags, spark up the max, light up the night and I never look back. I am the hunter, you are the monster. I am the entity, I am the haunter. Fight with no water, fight with no water. Bring me the leg, I won't choke on the water. I am the author, you are the paper. Rip you apart.